Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Houston Texans. This will be taken short. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
First down. Complete. Richardson has it. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll set up to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So a nice drive on the road. You come in, you take the ball down, you get 3 points.
Yeah, points are a must on an opening drive, right? So they moved it down efficiently, got it done. I think that bodes well for their chances moving forward in this one.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Richmond.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Come back. Richmond. Tiger. Richmond.
Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hook touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Back to throw here. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And an alley to run. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
All right, now look at 56. Look at.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. In for the score. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their off.
And nothing but daylight ahead. The 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. A great play there. 78 yards. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. A strong running. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They go play action here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And they'll go on the ground. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. DJ Reader continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Watson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Red, green, the line. Green, the line. Come back.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Back to throw now on 1st down. He sets to fire deep. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now back to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down. They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to make it fourth down. And his kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Going up top. And that's caught inside the 30s. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, his first touchdown of the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from taking the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done.
About the run after to get it to the end zone.
Extra point good by Prater. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. This will be fielded at the 6. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll look to throw here on first down. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And they'll run it here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. And they'll try the ground game here with a running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They'll set up a throw. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Watch him now, Barney. Gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man. That's Crowder for the Redskins touchdown. Jamison Crowder, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. And this one through the uprights and good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
Come back.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
No, check.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
No, check. Patriot. Detroit. Gone.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And now the Texans want to call another timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Gone.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 9 there, sets up 2nd and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. And he puts it through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Richmond.
On second down, here's Barkley. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Taking it about the 16. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it.
Head back out to do battle here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll run it again with Barkley. There he goes again. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Target.
Now it's Watson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll try the air now with Watson. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week, he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. On 1st down, it's Watson. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Here's a give to Barkley. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
3rd and long. It's Watson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there at 22. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. As his guys are in for 6. And the Texans draw a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. He'll return it from the 6. A big boot that time. 57 yards, the official distance. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a 1st down throw. Watson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be... Coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? From his goal line here, Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
A 1st down carry for Barkley, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Come back, come back.
Here's Watson now on second down. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Reset.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here.
Richmond. Come back. Tiger.
To throw on second is Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Looking to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And the ball is knocked out. But the Redskins look to get this one back, and indeed they did. It's still Washington football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Airing one out for Crowder. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jamison Crowder with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2.
Watch it now, Barney. 57.
Back to throw here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now out comes Houston. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here's Watson. He's going to look deep down the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Quentin Dunbar right there on the coverage.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Texans on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 19. From the gun, here's Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Perry. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
On the run, it's Barkley. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Back to throw, Watson. Looking deep downfield. And got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Tiger.
They'll run with Barkley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Come back, come back. Down. Black 22. Black 22.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down. And, of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you can pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Now let's go. 319. 319. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Back to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but he was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line. A 4th quarter score now from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They begin with a run by Barkley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. On 1st down, Watson. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is Barkley. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Watson now looking to throw on second down. Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's third down.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Being chased out left. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal. Again, it's Watson. And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up second down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Gonna need something special here on third and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, but still well short here with fourth and goal looming.
Brandon, it's easy to make decisions from right up here where we are, right in the cheap seats, but let's be frank about this one. This isn't even a decision as far as I'm concerned. They have to go for it here. Field goal does you almost no good as time's running out in the game. If you want to win, you have to be aggressive here.
Now Watson, flushed out right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Into the Redskins. Have it, they do. And they're going to come up empty here on fourth down. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Redskins, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Texans, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.